Nah, son, bring it back to the childhood, dude. 3 favorite home runs.
That's what I was just going to do. Bring it back to something fun. So we kind of talked about this during the week, and it got prompted because every once in a while, one of us, mostly Rich, will throw in the Barry Bonds home run that he hit at Yankee Stadium that I think that if you watch baseball, that's all I need to say, and you should know what we're talking about right away. The ball is probably still traveling, but he threw that into the group chat and got us reminiscing a little bit, so I came up with the idea of we're going to do your 3 favorite home runs that you ever saw. McCoy, I know you're not a big baseball fan, so you can just do the 3 most famous ones you know.
Well, I was going to say the Barry Bond ones, so thanks for taking that.
I'm not taking it.
I'm still saying the Barry Bonds one.
Yeah, you can have repeats. This is not a if one said it's eliminated from the category.
I think that's got to be my top one because of Rich, it's my most viewed home run of all time for sure.
So since you don't watch baseball as much, why don't you go first with your 3?
All right, so we'll go with number 1, Barry Bonds hitting that blast off. Can I use the home run derby? Home run derby? I remember watching Griffey in the home run derby in Camden Yards, hitting that warehouse in the back, dropping bombs out there. That was dope.
That was 95, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep. So we got that one. And then one of my all-time favorite home runs actually was from you, Kyle, when you hit in the wind. With softball when you
I didn't even think that is awesome thinking outside of the box right there.
Whiffle ball.
It was so windy that night, and that was the longest and worst softball game ever.
You told me you were going to do it.
Yep. And you stroll up to bat and hit it up high in the wind, and there it goes, sailing over the fence.
First career home run.
And you weren't even on that team, was the best part.
No, I wasn't, and I was half in the bag, too. Me and Rich had just gotten back from the car. I sprinted up the field, turned around.
Back from the car.
Turned around to Rich when I was halfway up the hill, and I said, "Yo, son, come up here. I'm about to put one out."
And he did.
There he goes.
He looked at me and said, "You need to come up here. I'm about to hit a home run." And I was like, "All right."
Call this shot.
Babe Ruth out there.
Oh, man.
The Babe. Look at him.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
You get some air dap for that one, McCoy. That's awesome.
That was awesome.
You get the depth.
That's all you, Strong. That shout-out's all you.
Oh, shit. Well, Rich, since this was a topic brought up because of your home run that you put in there, go ahead. You can go next.
All right, so Barry Bonds is number 1 because I've literally talked to McCoy about it since before YouTube had it.
Before it was readily available.
Like, I used to talk about it so much because
Before Strong hit his home run.
Yeah.
I literally remember every single thing I did before that home run happened. Like, it was the summertime. I was walking down my steps past the TV, and the guy said, "Barry Bonds is up the bat in Yankee Stadium." And I was past the TV, and I stopped and said, "Oh, I'll watch this." And Ted Lilly threw that inside fastball, and he hit it like 35 rows up into the third deck. So there's that one. My second one is one that me and Earl used to talk about all the time. Albert Pujols off of Brad Lidge in the playoffs. Because if the windows weren't closed in Houston, like, I don't know if it would have landed yet. Like, it hit the window so hard, and it was on a line, and it was still going up. And it was a blast. Like, everyone in the crowd just said, "Ooh."
Albert Pujols in his prime was a beast. Like, he's up there with every other home run hitter that's ever been around.
Yes.
He still plays, right?
Yeah, he still plays.
Angels.
He's just old. He's with the Angels.
My third one is another Barry Bonds one. The one he hit against the Angels in the playoffs. He hit one, I think it was game 6 or no, game 5 maybe. Yeah, it was in the World Series. And he hit it so far that the camera goes out so you can see the entire, like, right field section.
Just to keep it in the frame.
The outfielder doesn't move. Like, he never moves. And he hit, like, there's the scoreboard in Angel Stadium, and then there's, like, the little, you see where, like, the gates are to leave and go to the concession stands. And he hit it there. And they always pan over to Tim Salmon, and you can read Tim Salmon's lips, and Joe Buck pointed it out. He goes, "That's the furthest ball I've ever seen hit in my life." But yeah, those are my 3. If I had to throw in, like, an honorable mention, because McCoy got me thinking, McCoy's grand slam was a great one.
Oh, yes, it was.
Yeah.
That was in a playoff game, right?
Hitting
No,
the flex,
we had-
hitting the flex around the bases on him.
We had 2 games that night. In the first game, we knew we could beat the team, so we wanted him to try. Every at bat, we wanted him to try to hit a home run, and he did, but he never did. He like popped it up to the infield like every single time.
Yeah, I did terrible in that game.
And then they intentionally walked someone to get to him. In the first pitch he saw, he hit
Loaded
it.
up the bases.
Yo, that was awesome.
Something deep to left center. Then I hit the flex on him going around base, and the dude in the dugout was
Yes.
pissed.
Yes.
Flexing
If
the
you
whole way
don't like
around.
it, get me out.
Oh, that's what Meek said in the outfield. Him and Freddie were like, well, he shouldn't have walked him. Like, of course he's going to talk. And then I remember the dude in the dugout was saying something. I was like, yo, you're not even playing.
I'm out here socking dingers, yo.
Yeah, right? Go sit down.
Grand salamis.
That was awesome.
That was a
All right,
good
Kev,
one.
give us your 3.
All Derek Jeter, brother. Your boy.
All Jeets.
All Jeet. You got. I'm always going to remember it. And these aren't because they're bombs, man. This is because what I grew up watching. Jeffrey Mayer slipping his little glove over there.
Wasn't even
Getting
a home run.
Well, that's why I got 4 for you. That's right. Because I knew your ass wasn't going to call that one a home run. So then I'll give you Game 4, 2000 World Series, leadoff home run against the Mets, boy. And then the following year, my boy DJ becomes Mr. November, and he socks one off Young Hun Kim. And then, of course, he goes out in style, dude. The 3,000th hit of his career is a home run, dude. The boy
Yeah, that
is
was crazy.
the
That's a
boy
good
is the
one, yeah.
best, dude. The boy is the best. Respect that with number 2.
I'm surprised that you don't have the Aaron Boone home run in Game 7.
Man, I said
of
it
the
was all
ALCS.
DJ, and we lost that World Series, so screw that team. The only reason I called out Jeter, the only reason I called out Jeter in the 0-1 was because he became Mr. November. There ain't no baseball player named Mr. November, man. Nah, screw Aaron Boone, man. They lost that 2003 World Series to the Marlins, man. Screw that team.
Marlins,
That just
yeah.
let it. Ugh.
Marlins got the Yankees twice. They got him in '97 too.
No,
I
they
remember
didn't.
watching
That
that
was the
2000.
Indians,
Sheffield.
man.
Yeah, that was the Indians.
That was the Cleveland Indians.
Then what year was it? '96. There was a year that the Marlins won in the '90s when Sheffield and Jeff.
97, they beat the Cleveland Indians in Game 7. Edgar Renteria.
I thought that was
boy.
against the Yankees for some reason.
Nope.
Nah, the Yankees don't lose in the 90s, player. Ask the Atlanta Braves about that. Thought they were coming in 96 and 99. Out of here,
Well-
Mike Vitarius.
I kind of went the same route with you, Kev. I went and chose 3 of them. 3 different reasons that I chose them, but they're all from when I was growing up. The first one I chose because of the meaning of it, the Mike Piazza 9/11 home run. Like, as a Mets fan, the
As a New
first
Yorker,
game
dude.
back after 9/11, it was a game-winning home run against the Braves. Fuck you, Mike. Like, it was, that home run is something that I'll always remember. The second one was Mark McGwire beating Roger Maris when he hit his 62nd home run.
That bitch ass home run he hit to break. the
I
record.
don't
I
care.
know.
I don't care. That was the first time that like somebody had
shortest
even
home run
come
of
close
his
to that.
career.
Somebody had even come close to that record. I remember where I was, what I was doing, all of it. That home run is one of my favorites. And then the third one, this one nobody really will remember. Actually, Rich shocked me that he did. Benny Agbayani walk-off home run. 13th inning in the NLDS against the Giants. I was 13, I
Benny
think.
Agbayani.
Running around the hotel room. We were on a trip just screaming, Benny! Benny!
That's funny.
Yeah, I remember that.
Good boy.
Yeah, it is his boy.
And then, since you guys all gave a fourth, very close runner-up was Todd Pratt's home run the following year against the Diamondbacks. That was a walk-off. That's right, the circle on the swing, the helicopter.
The Mets.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. When I was watching a bunch of home runs just because I started looking at them and stuff, I love October baseball. Like, you can feel the excitement in those crowds when these dudes are hitting home runs to win games. Joe Carter probably has the coolest moment in all of sports.
Dude, he
That was the dude on the Blue Jays, right?
Yeah, you hit a home
walk-off
run in Game 7 to walk
win the
off and
World
win the World
Series?
Series.
back to back, bro.
That's cold-blooded right there.
You can't get any better than that right there.
Yeah, word. That's awesome. Back to back.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, when you brought this topic up, Straub, there was other home runs I thought of, but I had to go all DJ. But the one home run that stuck with me was the big unit delivering like 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and Mark McGwire crushed that
Turn
shit.
that shit around so quick.
Yo, in the Kingdom, like I don't even think it could have gone as far as it could have gone. Like,
Yo.
Yeah.
It was like one of these home runs they would track today with the exit velocity, dude. That shit
stat
got out
cast
of here
yeah.
like that, dude.
They talk about exit velocities breaking StatCast on a regular basis. Back when those dudes were juicing the way they were.
Right? These dudes ain't breaking nothing, man.
I will never hate on Mark McGwire or Sammy Sosa because
No, hold on.
I'll hate on Sammy Sosa.
Yeah. Sammy
Yeah.
Sosa is Sammy Sosa.
Neapolitan.
Is,
He's Neapolitan. Went from chocolate to vanilla, and now it's strawberry ass walking around.
I know what you're saying. And I fully support Dan Lebitard's action to call him Sam Sosa and not Sammy Sosa anymore.
oh, I love that.
But I will never hate on them for taking steroids.
Me
Because
neither.
they gave me the single greatest thing I've ever seen in baseball, and that is Barry Bonds on steroids.
Yep. Barry wouldn't have done it, man.
Seriously, that was the only, like, I don't watch baseball, and I would tune, like, Barry Bonds, when he would come up on SportsCenter, and they would just, oh, Barry Bonds is batting. I would actually sit there and watch it. Like, he's probably the only baseball player that I actually was like, I need to watch this guy. Like,
Yeah.
he was unreal.
I've talked about that Mark McGwire home run on air during UNC games, and the dude I do the games with looks at me like I'm crazy. He's like, but they cheated back then. I don't care. It was so cool to watch Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire that entire summer go home run for home run, back and forth, doing something that nobody had ever done, or at least not in 40 years. That shit was awesome.
And people
Shit.
forget that Griffey was in it for a while.
Yeah.
Griffey
Yep,
finished
he's
with like
hitting
50, 55 or something.
He always hit 50 plus for
Yeah,
a few
he
years
got
there.
hurt.
Man, chicks dig the long ball, bro. That shit was awesome.
Yo, they walked Barry Bonds with the bases loaded in Arizona.
And that was a smart move.
Yeah, they asked the manager about it, and he was like, well, I figured one was better than four.
Yeah.
Like,
That's crazy.
Well, because when Barry Bonds took HDH, you took a dude who was a first ballot Hall of Famer already.
He was
And then
already
you
a
put
monster.
super juice into him, and he became a monster.
Because he
like,
was
that's
he
what it
really
was.
became a monster.
It's like
Yeah.
Sammy
Which
Sosa,
I always
Mark
like when you call him the
McGwire.
super shredder.
He was the super shredder.
Yeah,
Got that
He was
ooze.
intentionally walked 100 times.
he got
it's
pissed,
insane.
man. He was pissed. He was done looking at all this fame and all this lights that McGwire and Sosa were getting. He was like, "Oh yeah, they getting all this play.
Man.
That's literally what it was.
Yeah.
Like, he has a huge ego.
Here you go. Let me shoot this up real quick."
They
Right
didn't
as
just use that cream, right?
Who the hell
that's
knows what they used at that point? There's been
the-
so
the
many
clip-
different things that are out.
What was that? The clear and the cream.
Clear in the cream, right?
I remember Gary Sheffield getting accused of that. All of them dudes, man.
They all probably used it.
In some sort of fashion, like somebody used
I
something.
I don't doubt
Hell, I
it.
mean, Mark McGwire, before he took steroids, or after he took steroids, was taking that Andorol or whatever it was. At the time, it was legal. Now it's not.
Dude was huge, dude. I mean, look how
Huge.
big Barrett and look how big Bonds got.
Look at how big,
His
big
head.
Barry's head got.
That dude's helmet size went up to like 10. You got a size 10 fitted out here. Making Johnny's fitted look small. That's crazy.
Size 10 in the fitted.
Yo, the year after Barry Bonds broke the record, he got walked 198 times.
Yeah, that sounds right.
like, no, but like that sounds ignorant.
Didn't he hit 73 home runs too?
He hit 73 home runs and got walked 177 times.
Jesus.
But so he got walked 198 times the next year. 2 years later, he got walked 232 times.
Dude.
It just wasn't worth it.
How many games did they play? Like 182, right?
162.
He played 147 games, McCoy, and got walked 232 times.
Wow. So he almost doubled his. He almost got walked twice a game.
He could have not gotten a hit all season long, and his on base percentage would have been around 500.
120 of them were intentional.
How many times did he get walked when he hit 73?
177.
So say he doesn't get walked ever the whole season. Does he hit
He hits
100
like 100
home
home
runs?
runs.
Yeah.
Oh, he hits more than 100. Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
You give him 200 more at bats, he's probably tacking on 60 more home runs.
Yeah.
Maybe not that many. 50.
Well, he only needed 27 to hit 100 at that point.
Yeah, he got it. Hundreds in the bag.
2 years later, they intentionally walked him 120 times. Like, he got intentionally walked 120 times.
You couldn't get the dude out.
That's right, and it was.
Like,
awesome.
you just couldn't get him out. Like, go sit on first base, man.
They said when he was a hitting
don't
coach
throw
with
a
the
strike.
Marlins. They said when he was a hitting coach with the Marlins, he would tell them, like, the hitters would ask stuff like, "How do you know what pitcher he's gonna what pitch he's gonna throw, or like what to do?" And he would tell them ignorant shit like, "Well, I can see the second baseman coming over to cover second because the guy on first is stealing, so that means he's probably going to throw this pitch because he probably knows." Like, all of this is going on in his head while keeping track of one of the fastest pitches in the world coming at you.
Yo, and
That's
then
just a
to make
machine.
it even more unbelievable with that dude, like a lot of batters will go up there and guess what pitch they're going to get, what location they're going to get. He wouldn't. He would just react. Oh,
Yeah.
that one's going to break away. Let me go down and get it.
Yeah.
That dude's a machine.
I can't even understand that, dude.
I'm so
That's
happy
why.
he took
That's why
steroids.
he's not a batting coach anymore, because Marlins players were sitting there looking at him, going, "What? I can't do that. How are you? You can't teach somebody to do what Barry did. That's just a given talent."
The best athletes are never good coaches.
No.
The best players are never good coaches.
Yep.
So you can't just tell somebody to do that because they can't. Like,
What you can do is not normal.
yeah, right. You're the best ever. You're the best. Is Barry Bonds the best baseball player ever? Probably, right?
No.
No?
Yes.
No. Babe Ruth.
What do you think, Kev?
Say
Babe Ruth
that
didn't play
again.
with black people.
Babe Ruth. Hold on.
Best
So did you
baseball player
guys?
ever, Barry Bonds or somebody else?
Barry Bonds.
Yeah, I mean,
You're like, I don't know if Barry is the best player in his family. His godfather, Willie Mays,
Bobby?
may be better.
Oh,
No, not
Willie
Bobby.
Mays. Yeah, Bobby's his dad, right?
Yeah, Willie Mays is his godfather. I think he may be better.
I didn't see him play. I mean, what I've seen, that dude, you just said it, man. Like, they walked him with the bases loaded.
So here's why
Hit
I
the
say
most
Babe
home run.
Ruth. Babe Ruth, because he had the home runs are right on par with him. Plus, the dude pitched and was a 20-game winner while he was pitching.
No, that's
Didn't
That's combining Randy Johnson and Barry Bonds
it
together.
is. It's amazing, but
And I know it's a
gotta-
different era, but it's still what he did, though.
Didn't
gotta just
Levitar's
take it
show have
away.
something about Babe Ruth being black, like part
Yeah,
black or
so
something?
I sent you guys
Yeah,
that in
I heard that.
the group chat. I was driving back last weekend from New York, and that's what they were talking about. They were talking about that stupid-ass list of the top
Dumbest list in the world.
yeah, the top black athletes. So they started joking around, doing other lists. And he said, "Stop, wait, does Babe Ruth go on the white list or the black list?" I thought he was joking, but apparently there's some like theories out there that he was either fully black or had black lineage in his heritage.
Get it, babe.
That's because everything you see him in is black and white.
You don't know, man.
You
Well,
don't know.
so you want to do a mind trick to yourself is go look at a picture of him because you just thought he was white. You looked at the pictures and he looked like a white dude. If you go look now, because you may think
Look at his
that
nose.
No.
Hold on, son. We can't have that long ass discussion about people and race, and then you say go look at his nose.
Yeah.
At least I'm not throwing cornbread at him, dude.
No, see, but this is why I left that cornbread comment in when we did that back in that one because somebody else is going to say some dumb shit, and I'm not editing it out.
This guy say go look at his nose.
Hey, I
Babe
didn't
Ruth-
say that.
Babe Ruth's daughter recently said her dad would have broken the color barrier, which adds even more fuel to the theory that maybe he did have black lineage.
White people ain't giving up Babe Ruth.
No, they're not.
Never.
He'd be the number 1 pick in the race draft. They're scooping him up quick. The American hero right there.
Right behind Tom
Yo,
Brady.
I was thinking about all the crazy
Wayne
Barry
Gretzky.
Bonds stuff.
What's that?
He's Canadian, isn't he?
Yeah,
you
get
know
out of here.
What were you saying, Rich?
I was thinking about all the crazy Barry Bonds stuff that we were talking about, and another player who I see shit about, and it's like, yo, this dude was a beast, and I never really like thought about him because he was towards the end of his career when I was a kid. But Tony Gwynn,
Oh my God, yeah.
yo, this dude, I have the tweets here from this guy who was going on about it. He played 2,440 games. How many times did he strike out?
Like
Not
7.
e-
Crazy
probably
low amount, right?
Not even half, dude.
67 exact, maybe?
No, it was 434. Right?
Isn't
So
he
it's
the one that?
earlier.
Isn't he the one that could, like, if he could have played like 10 more seasons and not got a hit or something stupid, and he'd still have like a 300 batting average?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside
The
of
next-
sorry, Rich. Outside of
No,
Ted
it's okay.
Williams, Tony Gwynn is pretty much well known as the most pure hitter in baseball history.
So this is from 1989 on. His strikeouts looking, like just looking. From 1989, it's 8, 9, 4, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5, 8, 3, 3, 2, 0.
0. Keep it moving.
No, that's
And-
that's 2 factors. 1, the dude's eye and knowledge of the strike zone was unbelievable, and 2, he was so good with the bat in the hands that he didn't get deep into counts, so pitchers couldn't strike him out.
And he never struck out against Greg Maddux.
That's unbelievable. Like that dude could put the ball wherever he wanted, but he could never strike out Tony Gwynn. That's insane to me.
Rich, how many
legend.
strikeouts did he have in his career?
434.
Yo, to put that in perspective, this dude Aaron Judge has almost 100 since the All-Star break.
Doesn't he have like
Since the
30 straight games
All-Star
with a cat?
break.
Yeah, yeah. He's got
I-
since 6
Well,
weeks
what's the
ago,
record?
dude.
What's the
I
record
know,
for most
I
straight
only-
games with a K?
I only know the Yankees record, and he broke that like 9
Well, I
games
think
ago.
I think that I saw that he's in second most all time on that list right now. So
Dude, almost 100 strikeouts since 6 weeks ago, and this motherfucker didn't strike out 400 times in his whole career.
what's his batting average?
It dropped
Judge?
40 points in the
Yeah.
last 6 weeks. He went from 329 to 289.
I tried to tell you guys like a month ago, let's relax on Aaron Judge being the all-world superstar.
280 something's still good though, isn't it?
Yeah, for an entire season, like, that's a good number.
He,
Yeah.
he just hit a dinger against your Mets a couple innings ago. He's still
Yeah.
36 home runs, leads the American League. You over here shitting on him like he was
Yeah.
Mike Gallego or something.
No, I wasn't shitting on him. I was telling people to
Who the hell
relax.
is Mike Gallego?
Oh, Rich.
What the hell are you
No,
talking
hold
about?
on.
I've
Yeah,
no
yo, Rich. Kev, I know who Mike Gallego
said
Yeah,
was.
you do. This
He
dude's-
played for the Yankees back in the 90s. Yo, you need to go look up what he used to do when he would go to the plate. Anybody that's listening that doesn't know Mike Gallego, look up his routine when he would go and play up to the plate for an at-bat.
You just said a name. Like I was supposed to know who that was.
I have no
Yo,
idea.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, Richard McCoy.
He's
you
a,
guys
he's a
have to go
Buffalo
look this
Bill,
guy up.
McCoy. He's a Bill. He's a
could
Bill
be.
slot receiver.
He might be late round draft pick right there. What's his name? Mike Ego.
Mike
Gallego.
Gallego. Mike Ego.
I'm trying to find him on Google right now.
You know, that dude played on the Yankees in like '93, dude. I remember watching him, and then the inning would close, and there'd be a "Nobody Beats the Wiz" commercial after he struck out.
Nobody beats the Wiz.